Alright, so Gearbox just had their PAX East panel talking about their games, what they've done so far, and more importantly, what they plan on doing in the future. But I wanted to spend this video talking about Borderlands' future DLCs. At this panel, they unveiled Borderlands 3's second main DLC called Guns, Love, and Tentacles, the marriage of Wainwright and Hammerlock.
Festivities are quite well in full swing.
Could the heart desire?
So that was the official trailer that was released, and the release date is set on March 26, 2020, so just under a month away. Now just by looking at it, there's a few things we already know. I feel kinda stupid saying this, but obviously the DLC is going to be focused on Wainwright and Hammerlock getting married. At the panel, if you didn't watch it, they did a script read which is definitely not canon. It was designed to specifically unveil the DLC and trailer. It just did it with the actors voicing the characters in-universe sort of way. It was really neat. But let's be honest, the best news to have come out of all of this was GAIGE's return. Somehow, I almost forgot she wasn't in Borderlands 3, but she is 100% definitely confirmed returning. During the script reading, she was introduced as a party planner Wainwright was interviewing to plan his wedding. He interviewed Crazy Earl, then a psycho, and finally, GAIGE. Randy Pitchford did say the script that they were reading was exclusive to PAX East, so we don't know for sure if that's how GAIGE is going to be introduced. She may in fact be the wedding planner Wainwright and Hammerlock hired, or perhaps she's going to sneak her way into the story some other way. It should be interesting to see if GAIGE, having had a crush on Hammerlock in the past, comes into play here. I mean, it would have to, right? There's no chance they forgot about that. In one of Borderlands 2's DLC, it was kind of sort of revealed that she had the hots for him, and so this seems like the semi-appropriate time to return her to the story. But what I couldn't help to notice a lack of in the trailer were the Holloway Robotics robots. You know, those cheap death trap wannabes? The only echo which referred to GAIGE in the main story was about these robots, which Marcy stole from her. I have a video explaining the echolog and what it's referring to. I'll link to it in the description so you can watch it. But I'm hoping that what's been happening to GAIGE in this time gets further explored in this DLC as well. It would seem almost cheap if they didn't mention what's been up with Holloway Robotics manufacturing these crime buster bots, and if they've been hunting her or almost certainly trying to kill her. If I'm being honest, I'm more interested in GAIGE's story than I am Hammerlock's and Wainwright's. In terms of the enemies showcased, a lot of animals and wildlife are new, so it's hard to say how they'll interact as enemies. Some look like they'll act more like jabbers or other skags, just slight variations on already pre-established animals. In terms of the Tentacles part of the DLC name, the soldiers, if they even are that, to me look like Maliwan soldiers just with tentacles for feet. If that's what they are, I don't know, but just going off the design to me, they look very Maliwan-like. But I mean, hey, if that's the case, then maybe that is where GAIGE's story comes in. Those crime buster bots, while I don't recall them having a specific mega corporation affiliate, those robots were around Maliwan more than anyone else, but to be fair, they are just general service robots. I mean, I've mainly spent this video talking about GAIGE because of course I would, but also you know exactly what the DLC is about. But DLC 2 wasn't the only thing they showcased. Surprisingly, they also showed off concept art for DLC 3. Its inspiration is definitely Wild West-like. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any of the past Vault Hunters this theme would particularly apply to, unless Fiona had adopted the cowboy theme she kinda had going on. In the past, she mainly just looked like a stylish cowboy in my opinion, but perhaps now that she's a true Vault Hunter, she's gone all rugged and gritty with the whole thing. And for DLC 4, Randy was extremely loose on this one. He said it's just a concept right now and that it's subject to change, so take it with a grain of salt. But he did say that they were thinking about getting a look inside the head of Krieg. Everyone's favorite psycho, but also semi-reasonable human being depending on which personality he is. If the concept is to literally get a look into his mind, then we could see what he was like and even what he looked like before he was experimented on. Plus, I mean, the Maya thing, it would actually be a tragedy if Krieg does not appear in any of the DLCs in any way, shape, or form to at least hear about Maya or see how he's coping with it. If you think about how Borderlands 2's DLCs went, the final one was Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep, and that's hailed as one of the best DLCs for not only Borderlands but for any games. And they might be trying to do something like that again and tug on the heartstrings of the players right at the very end. And one way to do that is with Krieg and that emotional side of him we never really get to see, same with how Tina was. They might be thinking of doing another Tiny Tina-esque DLC as their last hurrah for the main DLCs. I mean, it's something Borderlands players are extremely invested in, but it's still a long way out, so who knows. But anyway guys, that was the DLC announcements for Borderlands 3. I am excited for when it releases to see what it does, and maybe there'll be others aside from GAIGE as well. In the meantime, be sure to let me know what you guys think, not only about DLC 2, but also 3 and 4, and whether or not you're excited. Be sure to let me know all of your thoughts in the comments, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.